Hi, my name is Gary Justice. I'm a 10-year training specialist with TPA. This brief 8-minute video will serve to highlight my training development skill sets to employ the latest adaptive learning techniques to develop or to update your existing training curriculum and e-learning artifacts in response to your training needs. In this regard, I specialize in the fields of manufacturing process planning and software development simulation. From case studies, writing video scripts, and the use of information architecture, I will explain my training development process by which this training development is done, and the software tools and interactive training delivery platforms, how they are administered, either for instructional design or adaptive learning. Allow me to explain the difference in my use of these popular training platforms. For me, while the training platforms of instructional design and adaptive learning have overlapping pedagogical features, they invoke a different focus in training design. Instructional design is the effective development and conveyance of a singular training content directed to a selected target audience of adult professionals. In a similar but more expansive manner, adaptive learning connotes the use of multiple channels of content training development conveyed to a varying targeted audience of adult professionals. My focus is on training the adult. The training of the adult professional entails the concept of guided, self-directed training. The adult is aware that an investment in training will benefit both the student and the organization the student represents. For effective training to be both guided and self-directed means that adult students being motivated to learn new skills are further encouraged not only to start a training session, but to complete it. Therefore, such training is designed with the adult's training demands of interactivity, feedback, and various forms of integrated rewards. My training philosophy is a mixture of Malcolm Knowles' androgyny philosophy meets R.J. Olkowski's motivational philosophy. The result of these complementing training philosophies provide adult students with content retention to the extent that exerts a hands-on approach in solving real-world problems while having the skill sets to coach lesser experienced team members to a higher level of job performance. Philosophical concepts for training development are usually called upon when discussing the developmental processes of a new training project. However, equally important is the structure into which such a training philosophy is applied. In this regard, as your training specialist, I will utilize the SAM methodology for its agile component. The agile component will assist training specialists to develop viable training content quickly through scrums with your SMEs. In addition, when necessary, I will also employ the tried and true ADDIE methodology for courseware design, development, implementation, and evaluation. These concepts serve as my foundation for developing and modifying your training objectives. Philosophical concepts for training. Now let me explain the steps I take to develop new training courseware. These training courseware includes not only instructor-led courseware, but the full gamut of learning elements associated with today's blended learning environment. This includes e-learning modules, webinars, on-the-job training, software simulation, and product demonstration. However, these training courses begin with a front-end analysis of your company's training needs or your training objectives. My front-end analysis begins with understanding the skill sets of your adult professionals. It's not just understanding the client's existing skill sets, but the professional environment where these skill sets are used. Also, I will collaborate with your SMEs to determine the new skill sets to be developed. I will also analyze your available resources to better address the training needs of your targeted training audience. A major component of the front-end analysis is the establishment of the training course objectives. Ultimately, the accomplishments of these objectives will prove the efficacy of the training's mission and its subsequent professional growth of the targeted audience that is exposed to the training on a particular subject. To capture the attention and retention of your adult professionals, I will collaborate with management and SMEs to determine your company's training needs and requirements. Oftentimes, your training needs are based on nonconformance or noncompliance or even quality issues. I will then develop interactive techniques supported by graphics design to engage and to guide your adult professionals to adopt new skills for job performance excellence. The storyboard is an effective means to convey to management and business coaches the overall goals of the training objectives. Also, the storyboard is a cost-effective way for management to stay on budget in regards to training objectives. Before the development of courseware, I will prepare a storyboard highlighting the training content to be delivered. In addition, this storyboard will also identify the various platforms and assessments used in implementing and evaluating the training coursework. Collaboration is needed to make storyboarding come alive. Throughout the design of the training course, I will collaborate with management and SMEs on training reviews wherever they are, through emails, WebEx, and even Skype. Together with your principals, I will fit all the required training element pieces together using graphics, interactive techniques, and assessments in order to develop and deliver an effective training course. I will build into every training course interactivity training elements such as training qualification quizzes or gamification for motivation purposes and assessment tests so that the adult student can monitor their progress as a challenge to their growth potential. These interactive features are designed to capture the adult professional and to engage them to higher levels of performance, regardless of the training platform selected by management. I have experience in providing training assets through various forms of training platforms with the intent of capturing the learning ability of a variety of adult professionals. These training platforms include, but are not limited to, scripting lectures, developing e-learning modules, facilitating webinar sessions, developing on-the-job training aids, and authoring blended learning or adaptive learning techniques geared for the training of adult professionals. I am experienced in the use and application of the following desktop training tools used to author and construct training modules. These tools include, but aren't limited to, Camtasia, Captivate, PowerPoint, and Lectora, thereby making the native files developed for my training exercise seamlessly available to integrate into your training library or LMS. No training exercise would be complete without assessments. Assessment testing serves to validate the efficacy of each training exercise. In this regard, I will provide and integrate polling techniques, whiteboarding sessions, intermittent quizzes, summary testing, and if required, remediation to cover the targeted competencies of every training objectives. In this way, your management can have a numeric gauge to determine training's return on investment. Your company may not have a need to develop new training materials, but only to revise existing training modules. In the event that your company would like to upgrade or transform your existing training materials to increase training efficacy, let me propose the transformation of the training platforms listed here. Maybe your company has a need to update your text-laden legacy training manual into a training manual whose technical content is made easy to understand. In this event, I will conference with your stakeholders and SMEs to incorporate forms, whiteboarding, screenshots, graphics, and interactive elements to better support the pedagogical mission of your paper-based instructional-led training manual. Maybe your company needs to convert your paper-based legacy training manual into a more effective training presentation platform, such as an adaptive learning platform with DVD e-learning module features. In this regard, I will collaborate with your company's stakeholders and supporting documentation to draft a storyboard for training reviews and delivery schedule, whereby the corresponding training artifacts like DVDs are delivered or integrated into your LMS. Perhaps your company has a need to convert ineffective, text-laden, graphics-congested PowerPoint slides into a more simpler and lesson-targeted training application. I can simplify your PowerPoint slides to reflect a measurable learning component and to support each slide presentation with well-placed graphics, video, and audio components designed to enhance the learning experience and to engage the adult professional so that the adult professional can retain training and implement training objectives, and thereby increase job performance. Maybe your training department would like to revise your company's linear PowerPoint training presentations to a more selectable multi-channel learning experience as featured in the capabilities of the Captivate desktop training authoring tool with advanced assessments and pre-test qualification features. As an experienced Captivate developer, I can convert your PowerPoint slides to a SCORM-compliant Captivate slides that can be delivered to a multi-skill level audience for talent development. Your new Captivate training presentation will feature quizzes, polling, testing, gamification, remediation, and various interactive techniques designed to capture the attention and to engage the learning experience of your adult professionals. Maybe your training department desires to improve the effectiveness of its training lectures, including marketing and proposals presentations. Let me suggest the inclusion of well-placed copywriting, supporting graphics, coupled with interactive training features. Adding graphics and interactivity exercises tends to remove the labor from learning. Well-placed graphics serve to engage your adult professionals to complete the training exercises being presented. The focus for the adult professional is to learn new skills, retain the skills learned, and ultimately apply the training that has been delivered in order to measurably elevate the existing talent of your adult professionals. In the event that you have recently acquired or are planning on acquiring a learning management system, I can assist your company stakeholders to integrate your existing SCORM-compliant e-learning modules into your LMS. In this regard, I can provide direct support to the extensible Moodle LMS or the popular configurable Litmus LMS. And if required, I can assist in the temporary setup and administration of your new LMS with your HR director or training manager. I have successfully developed and transformed training platforms and training artifacts for the customers listed here. I look forward to apply my training techniques to realize and to elevate the training objectives for your company. There are many ways to enhance a training plan, and given an effective training program, the return on investment always pays for the development and implementation costs. I invite your company to share your training objectives with me. Contract with me to transform your training curriculum to an effective and engaging sessions that would add value not only to your bottom line, but to your professional brand as well. Again, my name is Gary Justice, and I'm a training specialist with the Technical Publishing Associates firm, also known as TPA. I want to thank you for viewing this brief presentation. TPA is committed to continuous improvement by adding value and quality to every adult training mission we develop. Give me the opportunity to discuss how we'll incorporate interactivity and graphics and video, perhaps, to enhance your training platform, representing instructor-led lectures, training aids for on-the-job training sessions, self-directed e-learning modules and DVDs, webinars, or any combination of these platforms to affect a blended learning or an adaptive learning environment. I am just a phone call or a mouse click away. Call me today.